Have you ever had a moment like this, feeling like a wound-up machine, constantly racing through an endless to-do list? Treading water in a flood of information and societal expectations, feeling increasingly exhausted and lost? We pursue efficiency, control. We strive to utilize every single second to its maximum. We seem to gain so much, yet our hearts often feel an inexplicable emptiness and anxiety. Today, I invite you to pause for a moment and explore with me an ancient Eastern wisdom that has endured for over 2,500 years, Wu Wei, or non-action. Please don't misunderstand. It is absolutely not about lying flat, giving up, or doing nothing. Quite the opposite. It might be the most profound and urgently needed antidote for our era of overconsumption and overintervention. It is a higher form of action, a grand perspective and deep wisdom rooted in following the natural way, the Dao. We will explore this concept on 3 levels, diving deeper into how Wu Wei can illuminate our modern lives. First, what is Wu Wei? Unraveling the desire for control centered on the self. Second, what is Erju, or governing? Discovering the supreme principle and order inherent in the universe. Third, how can we practice Wu Wei? Applying this wisdom to our inner world, our relationships, and our work. The immediate reaction to Wu Wei is often, do nothing? Isn't that just being passive and lazy? This is the biggest misconception. Let's recall a classic parable, pulling up seedlings to help them grow. Did that Song Dynasty farmer act? He acted too much. He labored hard, sweating profusely. But his action was a forced action that went against the natural growth pattern of the shoots. Based on his own anxieties and expectations, he forcibly interfered with disastrous results. The true Wu Wei is the action of the second farmer. He also tills, fertilizes, weeds, but he performs supportive work. He creates the optimal environment and conditions for growth, and then he trusts the natural process, waiting patiently. His non-action is the restraint and wisdom of not pulling the shoots. This is why Lao Tzu begins the Tao Te Ching by stating, "The Tao that can be told is not the eternal Tao." The true, constant Tao is the operating principle of the universe, difficult to fully capture in words. His concept of Wu Wei is to practice non-action, Wu Wei, and carry out non-speaking, wordless teaching. The core of Wu Wei is to dissolve our intense self-centeredness and desire for control. We often believe that only if I strenuously intervene, control, and strive can things improve. Underneath this lies deep fear and insecurity. We fear losing control, so we desperately try to grasp everything. True wisdom lies in distinguishing what is my business and what is the business of the universe. My business is focus on the plowing, on the process. The universe's business is let go of the harvest. Here, the universe refers to that objective natural Tao. In modern life, this forced action is everywhere. In parenting, we map out every step of our children's lives, fill their schedules with classes, depriving them of the right to make mistakes and explore autonomously. This is forced action. Wu Wei is to provide love, support, and a safe harbor, then respecting the child's own pace of growth and innate nature. In management, a manager who nitpicks every move of their subordinates, giving no space, seems responsible, but actually suffocates the team's creativity and initiative. This is forced action. Wu Wei is setting a clear vision and fair rules, delegating fully, letting those who hear the battlefield sounds make decisions. In personal growth, we push ourselves relentlessly, set harsh, almost inhuman KPIs, and fall into self-loathing when we fail. This is forced action. Wu Wei is understanding your own physical and mental rhythms, going with the flow, sprinting with full force when energy is high, and allowing yourself to rest when tired, like the natural rhythm of breath. Wu Wei is a life attitude of non-forcing, non-compelling, non-distorting. It is deep respect for natural law, a strategic composure where less is more. If we just stop intervening, wouldn't the world descend into chaos? This is where the crucial second part comes in, energy, or governing. 治 implies a state of well-ordered governance and harmonious prosperity. Where does it come from? It does not come from the forceful will of an individual, but from the Tao itself. Laozi said, "Humanity follows the earth follows heaven, heaven follows the Tao follows what is natural." This natural doesn't just mean nature, but self-so, what is spontaneously itself. The myriad things of the universe, seemingly complex, all follow a supremely intricate, harmonious operating principle. The earth needs no commander to revolve around the sun with precise accuracy, giving us the cycles of the seasons and the renewal of life. Your body doesn't need your conscious mind to direct your heartbeat, blood flow, or digestion. They operate by their own intelligence, a precise, autonomous system sustaining your life. Beehives and ant colonies have no central command, but each worker follows simple internal rules, and the whole collective exhibits remarkable intelligence and efficiency. All this order is not managed into existence, it emerges. It is the order and harmony that naturally arises from the system itself, following the Tao. Therefore, the deep logic of Wu Wei Idra is this: when you cease to disrupt and damage the internal patterns of a system with personal, short-sighted, forced action, the system's own powerful capacity for self-organization and self-healing is activated, allowing it to spontaneously move towards prosperity and balance. Think of a polluted river. Humanity's forced action is continuously dumping sewage into it, masking the problem. Wu Wei is first to stop the pollution, to cease destroying its ecology. Then the river's powerful self-purification capacity, this innate restorative power granted by the Tao, kicks in, gradually restoring clarity. This process of restoration is governing. The immense inspiration this offers is that we must trust in a force that is grander and wiser than our personal will. Our role should not be that of an arrogant creator, but of a humble gardener or midwife. The gardener cannot make the seed grow, but can weed, fertilize, and water, creating the optimal environment for growth. Understanding the theory is one thing, but how do we translate the wisdom of Wu Wei into our daily lives to soothe our modern anxiety? We can approach it through 3 dimensions: governing the body, governing the mind, governing endeavors. Governing the body, aligning with natural rhythms. Our bodies are among the most perfect creations of the Tao. They are self-sufficient, possessing powerful regulatory and warning systems, yet modern life disconnects us from our bodies. Wu Wei for the body means in diet, stop fighting appetite. Stop blindly following extreme diets. Instead, listen to the body's signals. Eat when hungry, stop when full. Choose natural whole foods over processed industrial products. Trust that the body knows what it needs. In health, stop treating the body as a machine constantly needing repair and confrontation. Treating symptoms alone is often forced action. True nourishing is providing the body's basic needs: quality sleep, moderate movement, balanced emotions. Then leave the healing to the body's powerful immune and self-healing capabilities. Many illnesses are themselves warnings from the body, reminding us that our lifestyle is off. In rest, acknowledge the legitimacy of fatigue. Rest is not laziness, it is the essential breath of life. Permit yourself to do nothing, to daydream. This is precisely how we recharge for the next creative effort. It is the most efficient form of non-action. Governing the mind, navigating the natural flow of emotions. Inner anxiety, anger, and sadness often feel like enemies we must suppress or control. But this often backfires. Like trying to hold a ball underwater, it only pops up higher. Wu Wei for the mind means observe without judgment. When emotions arise, learn to watch them like a mountain watches passing clouds. Don't judge, this emotion is bad, I must eliminate it. Simply acknowledge, I am feeling anxious now. Allow emotions to come and go like weather. The more you allow them to flow, the faster they dissipate. Reduce the inner war. Most of our inner energy is consumed by internal conflict, self-criticism, and resistance. I should be better. I shouldn't feel this way. This internal forced action is incredibly draining. Wu Wei is to lay down these arms, to accept yourself in the present moment, to accept what is authentically true right now. Peace is not the absence of waves, but the capacity of the vast ocean to contain them all. Attain complete emptiness, hold fast to stillness. Lao Tzu advised us to often empty the mind of clutter and prejudice and guard inner tranquility. Through meditation, time in nature, solitude, create space for yourself. Let the stirred waters of your mind settle gradually, reflecting the true nature of things. Governing endeavors. Activating inner potential in organizations. Whether managing a family, a team, or an enterprise, the highest art of management is Wu Wei. Leadership. The best leaders are not hands-on hard workers or imposing commanders. They are like Lao Tzu described. The highest ruler, the people barely know he exists. The next, they love and praise. The next, they fear. The worst, they ridicule. What does the top leader do? They set a clear vision, establish fair rules, and then trust and empower fully. They themselves seem to do nothing, yet the team operates spontaneously and efficiently, believing we accomplished this ourselves. This is the highest realm of leadership. Creativity and innovation. Creativity cannot be forced. You can't command yourself to have an idea at 3 p.m. Insight often arises in those Wu Wei moments when you're relaxing in the shower, walking, daydreaming. Creating a safe, inclusive, free environment for a team inspires innovation more than any KPI. Inspiration is like a butterfly. Chase it, and it eludes you. Sit quietly planting flowers, and it alights on your shoulder. Humanity and nature. Humanity's forced action against nature has created profound crises. The lesson of Wu Wei is this: we are not masters of nature, but part of it. Our development must align with the internal patterns of ecosystems, shifting from conquest to harmonious coexistence. This is the ultimate way for humanity to thrive long-term. Friends, Wu Wei is not a distant, ancient philosophical concept. It is a profound way of thinking, a life philosophy, a survival strategy particularly precious in our current age. It tells us true strength comes not from control, but from perception and alignment. True efficiency is not filling every minute, but allowing life its breathing space. True wisdom is knowing when to act and when to let go. It invites us to step out of the prison of the self and connect to that broader, deeper, universal order. When we stop trying to move the earth with brute force, but find the leverage point, we can move 1,000 pounds with 4 ounces. This is perhaps the inner peace we've been searching for, not attained through battle, but arrived at through letting go. May we all practice a little Wu Wei in our lives. With children, a little more patience, a little less control. With partners, a little more acceptance, a little less desire to change them. With work, a little more focus, a little less anxiety. With nature, a little more awe, a little less greed. With ourselves, a little more compassion, a little less harsh judgment. Ultimately, we may find that under non-action, all things transform naturally. The mind becomes clear, and affairs align smoothly. We can find that unhurried rhythm within this noisy world and live a life of lightness and abundance. Thank you for watching. May you find inspiration,